Hello and welcome to episode 24 of Toria's Cozy Tales. I'm Vicky, I'm a knitter and crocheter living in Derby in the United Kingdom, and I just want to say welcome back if you're new, or welcome if it's your first time here. So today is Wednesday the 11th of March, I should know that. So it's just over 3 weeks since I last recorded. For those that are new, I normally record every 3 weeks. But last weekend, I was away with some knitting and crochet friends in Broadway, in the Cotswolds. So this has been a bit delayed. I was delayed a little bit more because I wanted to have enough something to show you. So, yeah, last time I was saying I hadn't got anything finished and was getting a bit, as you know, you may have picked up, a little bit overwhelmed with having all 23 whips still. And I just felt that I wasn't getting anywhere with any of them. So, 3 and a bit weeks on, where are we? I have a pile of project bags next to me here, which all have things to show you. Yeah. So, I have some finished items. Are you ready? So my first finished item, oh, hang on, not that yet, is in this tote bag, and that's just because I bunged it in a bag, and it is my Cosmos Blossom Throw. So I will put a picture in. You would have seen this if you're on Instagram, the picture of this, because I did post it. But this is the Cosmos Blossom Throw by Ambah, which is these series of, that's really nice, it's white actually, flower motifs, and they are all the same. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So it's 6 wide by 4 across. You can just see that there. Fortunately, I can't get much further away because there's a wall behind me. So it's 24, and as you can see, I've last time I think I was on about square 20, 21. I haven't checked. I haven't even put my notes up because that's how organised I am today. But yes, I put it all together in this beautiful blanket. You just see it all there, all the way to there. So the pattern tells you to join with crochet, which I did. And then I put an I-cord border, and you can just see it there. But I knitted on I-cord rather than the garter stitch border it said. So as I say, pattern wise, this is the Cosmos Blossom Throw by Ambah. I have to say, really well written. Yep, it did require a bit of concentration. Even by square 24, I was having to follow the pattern still, but it's a lace pattern, what do you expect? The yarn I've used, so these colours, all these squares, are my 2025 advent from Creative Anarchy. I had it in her Bourgeoisie's base. Sorry, I struggled to say that name. But it's a high twist silk mix base, which I actually think has made these squares come out even better. I just hold that. Do you think they'll let me have it as my thumbnail? Yeah, I think the squares come out even better because of that high twist. It's really helped with the definition. And I joined it with a grey woolly tangled yarn. So each square took approximately between 17 and 18 grams. A little bit of variation, but not a lot. Started it on Christmas Eve, so 24th December, and I finished it on the 22nd of February, which was my goal. My goal was to finish this by the end of February so that I could enter it into the competition at Chrissy's Crafts, which is one of my local yarn shops, and it's one I go to for knit and natter most weeks. And they have a competition every year between the 1st and the 1st of November and 28th of February to knit or crochet an item to put into competition. And actually at this time, I'm just trying to hold this because my name's on it and I've realised my surname's on it. I got best in show. So this is why I waited to pick this up today. So yes, my blanket got best in show. So yes, let's pick that out today. So I'm trying not to show you my surname because I'd rather not. And I got a little goodie bag for Get Invested in Show. So this might rustle if you're on headphones. I'm sorry. But I haven't actually opened this fully yet. So, shall we have a little look what we've got? We've got a little project bag. Yeah, open this fully. A little notions pouch. So, yeah, it's probably more of a notions pouch. It's got little pockets inside, but I could quite easily use this for. In fact, that goes to that. Quite easily use this for some sock knitting, especially the way that opens there. Actually, be really useful. So that's my little project bag. There's more. I've got row counter. Yep, really always useful. And then I've got a set of sheepy coasters and one more thing, a shopping bag, sheepy shopping bag. So thank you very much for my lovely prize. And I say that's my first finished item. So that takes me down to 22 projects. Put that over there out the way. However, it's not all I finished. So, hang on, in here, it's my second finished item. It's in my Christmas bag. Might mean people can remember what it is. Oh, I've not got any blockers out. Oops. Never mind. You'll have to just imagine them blocked. And that is, well, last time you saw that I'd finished one sock, they look very skinny because they are a 2x2 rib. But I haven't just finished one sock. Last time I showed you, I just cast on, was it that marker there, on this second sock. So I now have the second sock finished. And rather amazingly, this was the first pair of socks I finished this year. I cast them on about the 20th of December. We're not quite sure of the date because it was while I was on holiday in Germany with my friend. And I finished them on the 27th of February. Set myself the goal with these that I was going to get them finished by the end of February. Not sure who they're going to be for. They are going to be a present, but not for the friend I was on holiday with, because funnily enough, she's got a much bigger foot than me and these don't fit me. So yeah, these are the Gallant colourway by Andknitco, and I bought the yarn at Stafford wool gathering last year. I do have a little bit left, but that will probably make a nice pair of fingerless mitts. And there's her ball band. Sorry, I'm back filming on my phone today, and the camera's in a different place, so we'll see what happens. So yeah, that is project number 2 finished. So we're down to 21 projects. Yep. No, we've got even less. I have another finished item for you. My next finished item is in my Alice in Wonderland bag. So having finished the blanket, so I'm just going to sip my water. You see, yeah, having finished the blanket, I decided I needed a project to focus on at home. And I try and have a slightly more complicated project at home compared to what's in my handbag, where the socks were. I've not blocked this, I will admit, and it does need a zip to be put onto it. But this is my chunky cable top. So last time you saw this, sorry, I'm hitting the mic now. Bad, very bad. Last time you saw this, I was here, where this marker is. So I'd got quite a bit of body in. Let's do it that way, you can see that's where I got to. So I've now finished the body, and I've done this folded edge you can see here. So knit down. So what did I do? So when I pick this up, take the marker out, I'd put one more ball into the body, then I stopped, and I picked up and I've done the hood. So it has a hood, and you can see the hood has the same cable as is on the back, all the way up the hood here to the top. I've kept the I-cord edging all the way along. So that took a ball and a half, ball and 2/3. So yeah, did that. Then I went back to the sleeves. Now, when you saw this last time, these sleeves had a ribbed edge. This is flaring slightly. So I'm hoping that'll block out. Hoping it'll block out a little bit. But I didn't really like the ribbed cuff, especially as I've got an I-cord on the edge here. So I decided a much neater finish would be this folded hem. So basically, when I got to length, I thought I wanted minus a couple of rows, put a try-on tubing through my stitches, knit a little, change down the needle size, knit another 9 rows, I think. Then I've picked up, you can just see there, where I've picked up the stitch and cast off. And I have done that on both sleeves. Both sleeves got picked up and sorted, and I'm much happier with the sleeves when I wear this now. If I get a chance, I'll try and take a little bit of video of me wearing this. As I say, it's not yet been blocked. That is actually this afternoon's job when I finish recording. But having done that, I had one ball of yarn left, or one skein left. So this is the Malabrigo Chunky. So there's the Malabrigo thing. I say it's chunky in the periwinkle colourway. And I had 9 skeins of this originally. So as I say, I had one left when I had done the hood and sorted all the sleeves out. So I went back to the body because I knew, although the length was okay, I wanted it a bit longer. So what I did was counted how many rows I'd done with the previous skein, which I think was 21. Took one off because I knew that casting off would take a little bit more yarn. And knit 10 rows. Again, put the try-on tubing in and changed down. So this is knit on 8mm needles, and I changed it down to 7mm needles to do the last 9 rows, so that I could then do this nice folded hem there. I will admit, when I got to past row 6, I stopped crossing over my cables. I just carried them on as they were because it's all folded underneath. You can't see it. And also with the I-cord, I cast that off on row 6 because, again, I don't want that. Didn't want that double. I intend, and I've had a bit of a nightmare with it, I intend to put a zip on the inside of this and make it a zip up top. It fits. As I say, I need to block it and then put the zip on it. That's my last finishing bits on this. Am I pleased with it? Yes. Would I change it if I did something like this again? And as I say, this is a self-drafted pattern. I used a couple of books to help with numbers and designs for the cables, but that was it. I think the bit I'm least happy with, I'm going to be honest, is the front here. Because I did my neckline as more of a V-neck increase, I've ended up with this huge, can't really see it here, but this big sort of swamp here of reverse stocking stitch, which doesn't go in the same direction as the top. I did put some short rows into the hood at the bottom here just to help with because I knew there was a big amount of space here that needed filling. With hindsight, if I was doing it again, I would probably cast on, make it more of a round neck before I put the hood on. But hey, it's the first time I've done something like this. It's some chunky yarn as well, which I don't often use. And as I say, overall, I am pleased with it. I just, as I say, need to block it and then put the zip on. But I'm counting it as finished as far as the knitting's going, because I can see myself wearing it at the weekend, because it's just coming up to that time of year where it's a bit warm for a coat, and just a normal sort of DK cardigan or something is not quite warm enough. This just gives me that next layer. So yeah, I do have a little bit of yarn left from my last ball, and I've got a bit of my swatch left. I haven't got all my swatch left, because I did end up using the swatch to finish the sleeves off, and when I was altering the sleeves, because I wanted to have a full ball for the body. I might still use this because I haven't been able to get a zip that matches colour wise, so if I need something just go over the zip tape, I might, but I probably won't. But just keep it in case of need of repair. So that is finished item 3. So we're down to 20 now. I'd said last time my goal was to be under 20 by Easter. Yeah. So I finished that on the 27th of February. I said, I love that cable. Loving the cable detail on it. It's beautiful. It's so super warm. As I said, I can see myself wearing it very soon. I just need to block it. But my lap's cold now. So anyway, having finished the socks, I needed a project to go in my handbag. So my handbag project tends to be a fairly simple project. I don't want something I've got to concentrate on, because it tends to be what if I'm waiting somewhere, if I'm sitting listening in church to a sermon, if I'm having my lunch at work, I'll pick it up and put a few rows on. So it needs to be quite vanilla knitting. So I decided, I looked at my projects, and I have got some socks I cast on as part of my 12 cast-ons. But I decided to be good and to go back to my older whips, so pre-cast on whips, and pulled one of those out. Now, it wasn't in this bag last time you saw it, because I decided to encourage myself to change the bags. Sometimes a little thing can help. So this is the 2024 advent from the Yarn Badger, which I was knitting, no, that's the wrong side, into a cow. So I'd cast on the other side of that marker in a bit of purple, and I'd alternated my 50-gram skeins, so one row of another, all the way up to this marker, which is where you'd last seen it. So that's quite wide stripes. And then decided, when I picked it up, to change that and go into narrower stripes. So I knit the entirety of the rest of 150 grams. Then I put the purple mini skein that was applied for heels and toes. So I did some of that, which is what I'd started with, so I knew that. Then I put the other 50-gram skein in, the rest of the purple, and I've kitchen it. So again, this has only got markers in so I can show you where I was. I've done just over half of it since I picked it up on the 27th of February. That's pretty good going, really. So that is now a finished item. I have to say, I don't think this actually has a Ravelry page. I think it's the one project that I don't have on Ravelry. Now it's done. Now I'm not thinking of it as a self-striping sock. I'm liking it more. It is still going to be a present. I'm going to give it away. Oh, excuse me. I don't know who I'm giving it away to, but I'm going to give it away. It'll probably just go in my present box, but it's going to be washed first. So that means, having done that, I now have 19 projects on the go. 2 of them don't have an item on needles at the moment. One of those is the DK hats, because I just haven't cast another one on, because I've been concentrating on other things. The other one doesn't, because I finished the item I was working on for it. So this is my 5th and final finished item. Just get it out of the bag there. So this has moved through several bags and is now in the Hurdy bag. This got too big to be a handbag project, but my lovely friend Laura gave me a lift both ways at the weekend, so I had quite a bit of car knitting time. Excuse me. So on the way down I worked on the cow, on the way back I worked on this because I'd finished that, and although this couldn't be in my handbag, it was still able to do it. So this, what's this? Collecting empty bags there now. This is my F1 cow. So you've seen this before, just not in its entirety. Last time you saw this, I was here. So I'd put in, all the way down, I put in the top of Alpine. You can actually see where it joins because the colours kind of lose their spiralling effect. So I'd put in Alpine, I'd put in Ambah, I'd put in Powered by Sparkles, Haas, Aston Martin, RB, and so I was halfway through Williams here. So I've since put in Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, McLaren, Lando's helmet, and I say good 2/3 of Alpine and Kitchener-Dit. So as I say, this isn't a finished project because there are other bits to do. Take the marker out this, because again, this needs a block. I'm having a blocking party this afternoon when I finish recording this. So these yarns are all the 10 team colourways dyed by Verity of Truly Hooked for her Formula One collection, plus Lando's helmet and Powered by Sparkles. This is for me. Because I'm wearing mic, I'm not going to put it on, but this cowl is for me. I have in my house another set of the 10 team colours, plus 2 of the specials that I didn't use for me. 50 grams of Mercedes and 50 grams of Williams and 100 grams of Sparkles. Now, my plan is to do a Musselburgh hat in Sparkles, the Williams Mercedes. I'm going to do a pair of Anarchy gloves or fingerless gloves. They're both for me. One of my closest friends who, has had quite a few things I've made for her, loves them, is also a massive F1 fan. I'm going to be making a scarf for her with the 10 teams I've got, plus the 2 specials. And I've ordered, so Verity recently reopened the dyeing of this with 2 new colourways for us, Audi and Cadillac, who are the new teams to the grid this year. So I've ordered those 2 colourways, plus Lando's helmet to go in hers. So she'll have 15 colours in hers. I've also ordered a DK skein of Lando's helmet, mainly because I actually think when I get back to open water swimming, that is going to be very bright. I'm not going to be missed in that, so that will also be a hat for me. Those 4 items go with this to make one cast-on project. So yeah, that's not a finished project, but it is a finished item. So 5 finished items. I'm really happy with that. I know it's been 3.5 weeks rather than just the normal 3 weeks. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with having got all that lot done. Because as I say, I'd been feeling very overwhelmed with the amount of stuff. So I'm looking over there because that's where it's all stored. Waiting to be done. So, is that all I've worked on? No, it's not. I have got a new project in my handbag. I had 2 options. I've got a Musselburgh hat that's on the go, and I've got the sock project from the cast on. I decided to put I took the Musselburgh with me and I did about 10 rounds, so I'm not showing you that. But I decided to put the socks into my handbag because there are 5 pairs in that project. And I thought it'd be good to get 1 pair done at least. So I have a pair of socks in my handbag, but I haven't, because I only changed that over yesterday, I haven't really touched them, or I haven't touched them. However, at home, once I'd done the cable cardigan, I looked at how many cardigans I've got on the needles. I've not pulled a project up. And decided that I've got 8 cardigans on the go. 4 are DK and 4 are 4-ply. So I decided to start by looking at a 4-ply one. And I chose one of my older 4-ply cardigans. So this wasn't one of my 12 cast ons. It did get moved into my very nice West Knits redesign bag in the aubergine colourway. I've got number 9. So let's have a look inside here. This has been out and I have done quite a bit of it. This is my Tydes cardigan. You can really see the new bit and the old bit, unfortunately. I'm hoping that that will block out once I've finished knitting it. So this is Tydes Cardigan by the creabea, Rebecca Clow. And last time you saw this, I was all the way down here. I am now up here. So it's a good chunk done. I think I measured it yesterday at about 33 centimetres. The pattern says do 35. I prefer a slightly longer cardigan and want to get to 45. So, but what I've been doing, yes, it's away at the moment because I've had the cleaner in today, so I had to put everything away. I've been sitting and I've been making myself do 8 rows a day. The other thing I've done that I think has helped me pick it up more, and you can see here, I've put some markers in. So I've put markers in to mark every pattern repeat. And I do think between using the markers and and just going, right, once I've done 8 rows, I'm stopping. And only making myself do that little bit has helped. So I've made quite a lot of progress on this. I have set myself a couple of small goals with it. I say small, they are small. One is to finish I'd like to get to the underarms by the end of this week. Theoretically, I'm off work, on holiday, I could do some each day. If I do 8 to 10, if I do 12 rows a day, I'll get there by Friday easily. So I'd like to get to the underarms this week. I'd like to have the shoulders joined by the time I film again. So yeah, really 2.5 weeks I want to have the body done. That would be really good because then I've just got the bands and the arms, sleeves to do. But yeah, so that's that one. I'm just going to pause a minute and find the other project. Okay, I found it. Because I also picked up a double knit cardigan and I picked up my Basketweave cardigan. This is in the woolly knit Dyers colourway. So last time you saw it, I was all the way down. I was here where my doofus marker is. I have now, again, I don't know if I can't get far enough to show, but I've completed the back of this cardigan. It is a long cardigan, so you can see that's the armpit. It's got a long body. The body's nearly, the body's nearly as long as my arm. So this is the 4-ply merino held double. And you can see the texture there. So say yes, I finished the back. I haven't started the front. I haven't got the cast anymore on, but I have finished the back on that one. The marker. Should we put the marker at the top of the back because the back's done? I do need to pick it up and work again on other bits. So yeah. Let's put it on the cast off because that's the last bit I did. So that's my double knit cardigan I've been working on because although I've got to count and some of it required a bit more counting, compared to the lace work, it's quite a straightforward cardigan. So yeah, been working on quite a lot. Yeah, I ain't quite finished yet. Got one more project to talk about. And this is a bit of a fail and a restart. Gonna be honest. It's in my little puffin bag, which I really like. Not puffin, penguin bag, my penguins. And this was my Portsmouth fingerless mitt. So it's Queen of the North colourway by Creative Anarchy. And as I say, I'd cast on the Portsmouth mitts. I'd done one pattern repeat on day one, decided to go back to it earlier this week because I was like, if I want to do mitts with Formula One stuff, I probably ought to get these ones finished first. And I don't know what I did, but I could not get the second repeat to sit properly. And I think I was tired and grumpy, and I just went, you know what? Ripped it all out, fogged the project. Well, I'm going to do something different with this. So I have. I'm now doing, you can see that there, the Undulation mitt. So that's the pattern. And these are by, sorry, I'm looking at my tablet to see who they're by. Life is Cozy. From Ravelry. I was like, I just want a textured mitt. So I'm saying, because it's my 12 cast-ons, my cast-on was a pair of fingerless mitts. Therefore, I'm still doing a pair of fingerless mitts. I'm just doing a different pair because I'm not doing that other pair because I just didn't work. And I actually only picked these up on Monday night, which was the wrong night to pick them up, having come back from a weekend away and being tired. Pick them up on Monday night and just see there. Actually see the texture coming through. I'm about to start for the thumb gusset on these. So we're going to put the doofus marker. Sorry, I've got a bowl of stitch markers down there at the moment. Onto this. Just thinking which one I put it on. Put it on there because I've got a bit. I've got a fair bit of knitting before I actually cable it. It's quite a bit of cabling. I just didn't want to put it where I was going to end up cabling it. So I'll put that on there. We'll see how far I can get that. So yeah, that is all I've been working on. Just a small bit. Done a bit of spinning, but not a lot. I say life-wise, yeah, I'll say we went to Broadway. We stayed at a B&B called the Olive Branch with the lovely Pam runs. And there were 7 of us. It was a brilliant weekend. Lots of chatting, lots of knitting, crocheting. Oh, yeah, that's the thing. I have got a little bit of crochet done. I have completed the mini squares for the next block of my imagination quilt. But until I'm not going to show you that until they're blocked and joined together. Which hopefully will be done by next time. Because I say I do intend to have a bit of a blocking party this afternoon. So yeah, we had that weekend away. It was, yeah, good fun. It's the 4th year we've gone away as a group. And every year it's fun. So I did get one of the lovely ladies there, Laura, who gave me a lift, had made us all a little set, and just see it here, of different stitch markers. So I've got an I Heart Knitting. Let's see if it, yep. Little knitted jumper. Tape measure and a button. Actually, they're progress keepers because they're on the little split rings. The ones I really like, which is good. And that's nearly all my incoming. I have got some yarn coming, but it's not arrived, so it's not here yet. I have got also, in fact, I tucked it down here, I think, a new bag as well. And this is from YarnNYarns, and I got another tote bag because I really like the one I've got, and it says, "Use not fat, use fluffy." And so I really like the one I've got, so I thought I'd have a second one because they're really nice quality. And I've realised that a couple of my older bags, I've got some holes, and are going to have to disappear at some point. But yeah, other life news. I'm sorry, I'm jumping about here now. It's just because I've not got my notes in front of me. Work's carried on the same. there could be some changes, but at the moment, no. Probably the other really big exciting news is that I'm getting a new car. Yeah, it's been on order for just over a month, and I get it tomorrow. I'm really excited. And when we say new car, we're talking brand new car. Nobody's had it before me, which is why there's been a bit of a delay on it. So yeah, it's going to have a bigger boot, and it's a hybrid. The bigger boot is because, unfortunately, at the moment, I'm having to put work stuff on the back seat most weeks. So not to do that is going to be lovely. I can't wait. So yeah. So I'm off work this week. Just have a bit of a break. Went and saw my mum yesterday. And then meeting up with some friends tomorrow. And chilling on Friday, probably. Got a few jobs I want to do. I'm looking there because one of them's there. Last year I actually made a spreadsheet of all my yarn, and then I just didn't keep up with it because I don't have the computer on that much. So I was like, it didn't work for me being on a spreadsheet. So I've realised my change around here. Sorry, guys. I've got a really nice notebook. I'm going to try writing into a notebook and see if I can keep on top of my yarn that way and getting stuff used. We'll see. Yeah. Oh, I've just realised what I've not done. Joys of not writing notes. I've not done the giveaway. So last time, as I said, I was celebrating my 12 months of podcasting, and I said I would be a prize for, I'd do a pattern prize for whoever, for random draw a pattern prize for all the comments. Okay, I've not done that. Bear with me. Okay, sorry for come back. I know it's only a second or two for you guys, but I've just had a quick look at the last video, and there were 12 comments, because I'd replied to a couple of people and somebody's put a couple of comments on. So I literally have it just loaded on my tablet in front of me, and I've just asked our friend in the corner there, I'm not saying it because I don't want to set everyone else off, for a number between 1 and 12. She has chosen number 3. And number 3 is Laurie Worth 8796. And I'll put it on the screen. If you can drop me an email at toriascozytoes@gmail.com, and then I can liaise with you about getting you your pattern prize. I intend to come back in just over 2 weeks' time to record again. And then, yeah, if I've not heard from you by then, I'll drop a reminder. So, yeah, please get in touch. So in 2 weeks' time, should we see where I get to? Do we think I'll finish anything else? Let's be honest. I'll be surprised if I finish anything by then, but we'll see. Until then, stay safe. Hope knitting goes smooth and crochet goes smoothly and all the yarny goodness is enjoyed. And I'll see you then. Bye!